Why do I not like it when people get stabbed over and over and over again? I don't know. It's just maybe not my thing. Hush. This movie was directed by Mike Flannigan, who made a bunch of good horror movies. He made one called Absentia, this one called Hush. He also directed The Haunting of Hill House, which is my favorite horror show on Netflix. Check it out. Check out those other movies as well. It was based off a mute and deaf woman who had a home out in the woods. She was threatened by a invader, a serial killer who was coming to kill her. But this movie is categorized as a slasher film. It is a horror film. That's also categorized as that, but it's more so a slasher just because of the knife scenes, because of the guy killing brutally multiple people with a knife. For me, honestly, I'm not the biggest slasher fan. I'm not big into Halloween, movies where people go around with knives and stab people. It's just not my thing. I have a big fear of knives and it's just not fun for me. But this movie is, if you're a big slasher fan, like you really enjoy gore and you enjoy people getting stabbed, which I think you're weird if you enjoy people getting stabbed. If that's for you, then this movie will satisfy your weird thirst for that thing. And if you're not the biggest slasher fan, kind of like myself, this movie is not just that. Even though it's categorized as a slasher film, it is a story about a woman trying to fight off someone who's trying to kill her. I liked it because not only am I into slow-paced, hereditary, midsummer kind of horror movies, I'm also into fast-paced movies that kind of give your emotions a break. In horror movies, I need a break. My emotions need to relax. And this movie gives you the ability to relax, enjoy a quick, fast-paced horror movie. And it's only about 121 minutes, so it's not long. It's not going to take much of your time. But there's a few things that I like about this movie that I want to share. I really like the actress. She's great. She plays Theo in The Haunting of Hill House. Kate Siegel. She doesn't speak at all throughout the movie because she's deaf and mute, so she does a great job at acting. The director, Mike Flannigan, does a great job as well in immersing you into the way that she's feeling. So essentially in the beginning of the movie, it starts off with her, cutting her food, and you don't hear anything. So it just immerses you in her experience as a person who cannot hear or cannot speak. And there's also a theme that I think that was really well done. She's an author. She writes books. She's currently trying to write a book, and you can see this in the movie. She has constant alternate endings in her head. She hears voices. She said that it's her mother, so she hears her mother's voice in her head saying, okay, what about this ending? What about this ending? What about that ending? So she struggles closing her stories. That theme actually plays throughout the movie. So at the end of the movie, I won't tell you what happens. It plays into the ending, because she's like, all right, look, if I go this direction, I'm probably gonna die. If I go this direction, I'm probably gonna die. If I go this direction, I'm probably gonna die. So she ends up just realizing that all she can do, the only option that she has, is to fight. And this movie actually reminds me a little bit of another movie that's really gory and actually a lot of fun, called Ready or Not. Kind of about a woman who is trying to escape a terrible situation that she finds herself in. This movie reminds me of that, just because you have this lone woman trying to fight off this killer. And there's a bunch of really cool scenes, but I thought to myself throughout the movie, I don't know why a woman who lives out in the middle of nowhere, she's deaf and she's mute, she can't speak, I don't know why she didn't have a gun, because if she would have had a gun, she would have been fine. And one thing I would say that really was unneeded and seemed to be unnecessary was the boyfriend that she had. She had kind of like an ex-boyfriend thing going on. It didn't really seem to me that it needed to be in the movie because it really didn't have any kind of bearing on the movie. The boyfriend didn't come and try to save her. I don't know why they even talked about her having a boyfriend. That's one thing I would say that I didn't really understand. That's just being nitpicky. So the movie overall was a lot of fun. It was quick. Enjoy it. It's called Hush. It's on Netflix. It's free. Have fun. Bye. Felicia.
I think I covered everything.